What is up, guys? Neumatix here with another Minecraft mod showcase. Today we're going to be looking at a mod that adds these really cool structures, as you see the one behind me, into your Minecraft world. We're also going to be looking at a mod that allows you to create your own statues. And then we're going to look at one that allows you to go up and down in your base a little easier. So without further ado, let's do this. Alright, so the first mod I got for you guys is called Statues by Spinique. It is a mod that allows you to create a bunch of different statues of all different mobs in your Minecraft world and use them either by looking at them or by clicking on them, because some of them actually have some functionality to them. So each kind of statue of each mob has 4 different types. You have the decorative statue, you have the sound statue, you have the functional, and you have the muted. So each one of these is just unique in their own way. So of course, decorative, you're going to go ahead and place down as a decorative item wherever you want to put it. And then you have the sound where you go and click it, it adds a little sound of whatever that mob is. Then we have the functional. So this one in particular for the cow, we're going to go and grab some buckets here and go up to it and then click on the cow. And of course it didn't give me anything because I did this just a second ago and it has a minute cooldown. But if you didn't have that cooldown, you can go up to your cow, click on it, and it'll give you a bucket of milk. And I'll go ahead and show you maybe with the chicken. And there we go, I got some eggs and a feather. And then we have the muted statues, which work just like the functional statues, except when you click on them, they're not going to make a sound. They're just going to give you the items that that mob statue will go ahead and let you get. So we could do this with the blaze ones. We get our blaze rods. We could go ahead and go over here. And we have some unique mobs over here. I'll go over these guys in a little bit, but these ones will go ahead and sometimes drop iron ingots. And usually they're just going to give you flesh, rotten flesh there. And then we have the slimes, which go ahead and give you some slime balls sometimes, not all the time. As you see, it took me a long time. I actually changed in the config to go ahead and give me an item every second. So sometimes they're going to give you something, sometimes maybe not, because it just depends on what kind of items that mob statue goes ahead and gives you. So like there, I think I got a gas here out of that. Yep, I got lucky on that one. And it goes for all of these other ones. Now over here, as I said before, these ones are unique. Sometimes the villager will give you emeralds, but this one is also in whip because he in the future will be able to allow you to trade items, which is really cool. And then we have the shulker box, which is also in whip, which will be able to give you an inventory system. And then we have the player statue, which you could go ahead and take and put in your anvil and rename to your name, and it will turn into your character when you go and place it down. Problem with mine is for some reason he's not working. Whenever I place him down, he turns into Alex instead. So yeah, no point in going and showing that off, but it's easy. I mean, I guess I'll go ahead and show you guys real quick. If you go ahead, I already named this guy, of course, Neumatix. You go ahead and put him in there, and then you name him, and then you take him out, and you can put him down wherever you want. But as you can tell, for me, it doesn't work out so well. So too bad on that. And then we have the sheep, which you can actually change by going and grabbing some dye. So maybe we'll grab some cyan dye and then click on the sheep and it changes the sheep's color. Pretty cool. And then we actually can just go and click on him and it'll give us that color wool. What's also really cool about this mod is it adds in some Easter eggs, and those Easter eggs are in forms of statues that you can create, and just depends on how you manipulate your crafting recipes around to find these different kind of statues. If you don't want to know these kind of Easter eggs, as I'm going to pull up JAI, I would suggest skipping over this part, maybe a couple seconds ahead or something like that. So I'm going to open up JAI here. And then I'm not going to hover over those Easter eggs right away, but you can just tell by all of the different statues in here, there are a lot. I mean, you got rabbits, you have all these different kinds of sheep, you have the snowmen, and then you have even endermen, which make your life a lot easier if you want to try and get ender pearls. But these functional statues, I should go ahead and tell you about, is they are an end game more than anything else. So you're not going to be able to get something like these unless you've already been to the end or something like that. And then it adds in some little stuff like royal nuggets, you get mushroom soup, cup of tea, an edible cup. Little cool gadgets that are added into this mod as well. Don't you just hate when you come up to a mountainside and you are not able to climb it because you didn't bring your ladder around? Well, then you're going to want to go ahead and get this mod, Literal Ascension by Jamie's White Shirt. You can go ahead and get this mod and it'll allow you to make some really cool items like the diamond carving tool, which comes as a tool in all different varieties. So the iron, wood, and gold, as well as this diamond one. And then you have oak wood step ladders, which you go ahead and place down just like this. It just allows you to go up real fast and over like small areas if you need to go up to a little bit of a higher place. And then you have some climbing rope. I'll show you in a minute, but I want to go and show you guys this tool real quick. You go up to any kind of stone and just carve out some ladders instead. So as you're going up, you don't have to worry about anything. You go and climb right up that mountainside without any problems. And then we have the climbing rope, which you go ahead and place down kind of like ladders. Go ahead and place them down the side of an area, and you can climb up them just like you would ladders. The only problem I see with some of these carving tools is the fact that you can only use them on stone. But the good thing is most mountains are usually made out of stone anyways. So if you need to clear out some gravel out of the way, you'd be able to easily do that to get to your stone blocks and go ahead and make your ladder upwards. So if I went ahead, see, easy, I could go over here and start carving out my ladders. Oh, and that didn't really work, I guess. But the only problem is once I get up to the top, I'm going to have a problem because those are some dirt blocks. And of course, I'm not going to be able to carve any kind of stairs, which actually makes sense. I mean, for that point, that makes sense to not be able to carve anything out of the dirt blocks. But as for some of these other ones, maybe like diorite and the andesite, you go ahead, I think that's what those are called, but you can't do anything with those. So if I went and clicked on that, it's not going to do anything. Oh, maybe it does. I didn't even know that. Okay, so maybe some other blocks you can do that with. Granite you can do that with. So definitely test out all the different blocks you can go and do this with. And one last thing about this mod is I didn't even realize you could do this. You could take your chisel and go ahead and go over any kind of stone or the other blocks that allow you to go and chisel out stairs in the side of, and you click down as far as you want and you climb down. Really cool way of going down into a dungeon or into an area that you want to go down into. So stairs made up all around the side so you climb up just like that. And I think it also serves as a cool little decorative piece. Alright guys, time to go over to the last mod we have here, which is called Recurrent Complex by Ivor Force. It adds in over 200 different structures into your Minecraft world that you can find randomly spawned throughout anywhere and everywhere, including the plains biomes, the desert biomes, any kind of biome. You can find all of these cool different temples and shrines and even some pyramids and stuff like that I have found. So you can sometimes come across these guys as well, which are spawned in these kinds of biomes, and I also found one in a jungle biome. And the really cool thing is once you go inside, they are a full maze. So if I went ahead and dropped down into there, it's going to be full of loot, as you can hear the monsters down there, and it's going to be full of mobs. So you have plenty to do when you find one of these things. In my opinion, this pyramid puts the original Minecraft temple, desert temple, to shame. I mean, look over there. I actually found one over here. Look at that little thing compared to this. Now, this would have been an epic structure to find in your Minecraft world and randomly spawned. This was actually really hard to find. I searched all over to find all these different structures. This was a huge find. Really cool. And it is a maze once you go on the inside. 3 different areas to go through. I'll go ahead and jump down and go inside of this thing, and if I go up one way, it's going to be a dead end, and if I go up this way, it's going to be a dead end. But if I went up this way, it's going to turn into a maze, which starts to get really confusing. So you're definitely going to want to bring around your armor and some torches to go and find your way around, because this thing is massive. As I was going over all these structures, they also spawn in a bunch of really cool loot. So if I went down into here and I can grab maybe the frog mouth helm of the wealth, that's a really cool thing of this mod, is it also adds in unique armors and unique books that were written by, I believe, the mod author and maybe some of the mod author's friends or something like that. And they're actually really cool articles, maybe 1 to 6 pages, 1 to 4 pages as this one. And they also add in, like I said, those really cool sets of armor that you could find and put on, and they all have their unique enchantments as well on the inside of here. As you go through, this one I think is maybe like a Roman temple or something like that. I think it's actually one of my favorites. I found this, of course, as you look on the outside. Oh, and over here you can see it has a new kind of texture over a Minecraft head item. I thought that was a really cool addition. But if you went ahead and look out over, oh, creeper, not cool. You definitely are going to need some more torches in here to light up the place so you don't have that happening. And as the sun is going down, I'll go ahead and show you guys. If you haven't noticed already, as I've been going around these areas and showing you off everything, it has changed all of the trees. Every single tree in Minecraft now has been changed to to look a lot better, in my opinion. Look at that. That is really cool. Instead of all the same old trees you see every time you go throughout Minecraft, they've all been changed by this mod. Another thing to add is not only have the trees been changed, not only has over 200 structures been added to Minecraft, but also new structures have been added to the villages you're going to find in Minecraft now. They get these really cool different, I don't know what this is actually. I think it's maybe like it's supposed to be a storage slash mine shaft area, which it has a lot more loot in it than it did before. These are unique in that they only have some wood in them and stuff like that. And then you get these weird structures appearing right next to them. And I only found these in the desert, so I think these structures are unique to the desert area. Here is another village with another one of those structures at the bottom, but we also have a really cool windmill house over to the side here, and then a really cool structure tower over here. You can also sometimes come across structures like these, which are randomly spawned, not in a village, but on their own, with maybe 2 villagers on the inside, which they are holding some hay, maybe some beds. They got a block of gold behind some iron bars. You have some gold over here and some iron ore. Some really cool stuff around here. So real quickly here, we're going to be going ahead and going through a lot of these a little more rapidly. So we have this weird kind of ruin right here, a sky platform with a chest on it, a shrine, a swamp structure, a mine shaft that leads down into a maze, random towers spawned in the desert, a ruin of some sort, and here's where it looks like a meteor hit. And honestly guys, there is so much more. Of course, like I said, this mod has over 200 structures randomly spawned inside your Minecraft world, so you're definitely not gonna get bored, and I'm definitely not gonna be able to go over all of them in this episode. You guys definitely need to check this out and find all of these different structures and play around with them to see which ones are your favorite. I personally like the pyramid. Go ahead and let me know down in the comments which one is your favorite if you go and check this mod out. Alright guys, that's pretty much it for me. I hope you enjoyed all the mods I went over. I really like that structure mod. It adds in so much to Minecraft that Minecraft didn't have before. I think it would pair very nicely with that mod I went over last week, which was dynamic surroundings. If you want to go and check that out, I'll leave a link down in the description or up in the right hand corner as a link you can click on. But anyways, thanks again guys. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, go ahead and leave a comment below or go ahead and hit that like button for me. I really appreciate it. And as always, subscribe to my channel to get content like this every weekend. Thanks again guys. See you in the next one. Peace.